That's Kovac. Now let's bring in Kantrowitz. He's the big technology founder, CNBC contributor, Alex Kantrowitz, of course. Good to see you. Well, we didn't have you on book to talk about this, but what do you think about it now?
Well, it's amazing how many people have left Apple, especially on the artificial intelligence side. Like Steve mentioned, you've had 10 people leave that have been connected to either foundational model or robotics. Now the former head of Siri, which isn't a huge surprise given the direction that Siri has gone. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to be a company where people who build artificial intelligence products don't feel like they have a home in? Even if they're moving to the partnering model, you still want to have a place for people who want to build AI products because they're just going to be integral in all tech products moving forward. So I would just say this adds to the concern about the direction that Apple is going on that front.
But I mean, as the way that Steve Kovac sort of ended his commentary there, build it or buy it or partner with it seems to be trending towards the latter.
Right. I'm not sure it's either or. I mean, of course, they're going to partner on Siri in some areas, but you're going to want to have AI talent to be able to integrate some of the stuff you're taking off the shelf into your products. And overall, I think that Apple, if this is Apple giving up entirely on building AI products internally, I think that's a big mistake because it is going to be something that's going to be built into the operating system. You do need people in-house. So to just put your hands up and say we're done with artificial intelligence, to me, seems strategically short-sighted.
All right, so the iPhone went on sale today, right, the new one. We know about a delay in China because of a digital SIM card issue, so we have that news as well. There is a bit of a regulatory overhang, right? And Jim Cramer had an exclusive interview with Tim Cook today in which he asked him about that over in Europe. I want you to watch this exchange, and we can comment on the other side.
Unfortunately, the Digital Markets Act is very difficult to navigate. And so there are several innovations that we will bring to the EU, I hope, over time, but need to be delivered in a different manner than they're delivered in other parts of the world. This is an unfortunate side effect of a very rigid regulation.
Now, you could see at the end there, Tim Cook chose his words carefully, right? Thought about it for a second, but seemed to take a shot at regulations over in the EU. What do you think?
Well, this is something that all big tech CEOs are feeling. You'll have companies like Meta, for instance, that just won't ship products in Europe or won't ship their latest features in Europe because of the regulatory overhang. I love the way Tim Cook talks in these interviews about it. He's about as diplomatic as you could possibly be while clearly being internally upset about the regulations there. But I think over time what Europe is going to see with the regulations that they have is that they are going to hold back their markets from being able to access the latest technology. You can see it when you're over there. The products just don't work as well as they do elsewhere. And I think that's going to be a problem in Europe for the consumer, but also for builders in Europe who are going to want to be able to deploy the latest technology and haven't been able to.
You know, Tim Cook is going to be on tonight, Mad Money. You'll see more of that interview, AK. So check that out. That's with Jim Cramer, of course, 6 o'clock Eastern time. It's an exclusive, so you don't want to miss that. And I don't want to miss asking you about this talk of a potential Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery tie-up, if for no other reason that Netflix shares have been down the last couple of days. And people are writing about the possibility that, okay, now you may have a real competitor in streaming. What do you think about that?
Well, I think before we go crazy over it, we should just establish that these type of mergers and tie-ups are often very messy, especially in media. Just because you have a certain number of products in one area and a certain number of others in a different company, it doesn't mean if the two come together, it will neatly tie together. There, of course, will be people defending their fiefdoms and potential job losses, maybe in the thousands. So it's not going to be like this deal happens and then on day one you have a profitable, bigger streaming service. That being said, if you're Netflix, you really don't want consolidation. You want to have as many disparate little streaming services as possible. So when somebody's making a decision of what to buy, it's not an obvious, I'm going to buy Netflix and this Paramount WBD tie-up. It will be like, I will buy Netflix and maybe one of them. once you start having this consolidation happen, and it seems like it's inevitable, you are going to have people making decisions. Do I want Netflix or the other one? And that might be trouble for Netflix's long-term ability to grow. I just don't see this happening right away. I wouldn't be panicking if I was in Netflix headquarters today.